For me, sir.
I'm sorry, are you looking for arm's length?
You're shaking. Are you okay?
No, I have anxiety as well as panic disorder.
Then I'm going to step away.
Okay, here's the item I ordered. Says it fits the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Yesterday I tried to make it fit, but I ran into some issues. Upon doing some research, I'm going to start over again, and I found that you may have to modify the dash piece to make this work. You can see there's the dash piece. You notice there's a lip on it, and when I go in to pull the dash apart, I'll get into that and I'll show you what I mean by modify the dash. Very good piece though. It worked really well, plugged in, everything worked good. So we're going to get out of there and I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm going to make my own YouTube video on this because I think that everybody else that's done this hasn't been fully clear about why this should fit a Jeep Gladiator. So I'm going to start out with pulling this bottom panel off. And these clips suck. I actually need some more of these clips because they all keep breaking off. See, there's one right there. Put that fucker right back on. Excuse my languages. There's one panel. Put that panel down here out of the way. Okay, now go down here. We'll unscrew this panel right below it so it can be moved out of the way. And we'll drop all the screws in the cup holder just to be safe. There's the one screw I was missing yesterday. Yep, that's done. So those are all out. Then we'll come in here and we will pop off the center piece, like they say. However, I'm going to leave mine connected, and the reason I'm going to leave it connected is just I don't know. Maybe I will go ahead and disconnect it for right now. I think I will, just for the hell of it. Go ahead and disconnect it, get it out of the way. Then you have two underneath the screen that have to come out in order to pull the bezel of the screen off. Take those off, drop them in the hole. Okay, and then the bezel of the screen is supposed to fairly easily pop off. That. My only fear is always breaking these clips. And there went one flying. So you gotta try to remember not to lose those clips. So that's the bezel. We'll set that out of the way. Then you have one which is above the stereo, which goes to the center dash piece. That comes out and put that in the middle. And then you go to the top dash piece, which has multiple, and some of them are already fucked up. There went one down on the dash. I'm gonna have to replace multiple because I've already lost 1, 2, 3. I've already lost several of them, so I'm gonna have to replace some somewhere, somehow. So that's off. Then we go to the bezel itself. Put all those screws put right up in the top here. And I'm going to use a screwdriver because the drill driver is just I got a stubby for that, so I'll just use a stubby. Everybody else has these nice angle drivers. I just don't have one yet. I got a lot of other nice power tools, but I don't have an angle driver or a smaller drill driver. I'm hoping that this video will show what nobody else has shown for a Jeep Gladiator. And if it does, then this company will put this video on to show that that it's done. Now I gotta pop these two bottom ones off here too as well. They're down on the bottom here. God, some of them are really difficult too. I'm always afraid of, there we go, one side off. One side off. What are you coming down? What did I do wrong here? What did I forget? Did I forget something? No. That should just snap right out of there, but I think it's being held in by one more clip somewhere. What is holding that in? There we go. Now that's off. Okay. Then you go down to the bottom of this cluster, and there's two Phillips screws, which are kind of hard to get to. Better to use a stubby on them too, on the bottom. And be careful, because these screws will jump out and run away, and then you'll be minus a screw or two. And put those in the top so that you know where they go. And I get impatient a lot. So when I get impatient, I start losing shit. And it's very, very frustrating for me. So, and I called these people, I called Amazon, I freaked out yesterday. Oh, this thing won't fit, this thing won't fit. I did a little more research. And I found something quite interesting that not one person has picked up on in any of the videos that I saw. And I'm going to see if that is absolutely correct in this video. And if it is, this video will go on. And I will debunk the shit out of everybody else. And what else are we missing here? Why is that not coming out of there? Okay, that's close too. See, that freaking thing came out easy yesterday, but now it's not wanting to come out very easy. Yeah. Losing clips everywhere. I'm trying to figure out where in the heck it's binding up at here. Because I got the screws out. Ah, I see that one clip right there is binding up. There we go. All right, now here's the magic trick. Spin this around, and voila. There's what has to come out. For this thing to fit, this center cluster looks like it has to come completely out. And you know what's funny about that? Nobody says that. So guess what? Now we go inside. And we're going to do some investigative playing around. So let me plug this back in to make sure this thing is shut off. Okay, that's shut off. Now the fun part comes. And I don't know if we lost a lot of clips or not, but that doesn't matter. So now we take it inside. And I'm going to pause the video for a moment. Now we're inside. I want everybody to look at this clip carefully. See how this ring has clips in here? That ring is a solid piece all the way around. Now, I'm going to show you something. They say this gauge cluster fits 2020 Jeep Gladiator. But what nobody tells anybody in any of their videos is how do you get this in there. I think I've solved the mystery. You have to pull that inside piece out to install this through. That being said, I'm going to pause again. Be careful not to over drill it, because if you ever want to put this piece back on, then you can set it back on and glue it back on. Okay, now you see each one of those little glue points right there, right. Right there. There, there, there. There. And then right there. Now, here's the magic, I think, of the whole thing. This should pop right out. If it doesn't pop out, I gotta knock a little bit more glue out of there. I already feel it giving. Oh, shit. And voila. Instantaneous removal. Piece removed. And problem solved. Whee! Looky there, folks. Problem solved. This is how it fits in a 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Flawlessly. That being said, I might have to do just a little bit more modification to get to sit in there a little bit better. But I'll be right back. But now that sits in there like it should. Stand by, we will modify some more.
In this moment, the deputy is not noticeably quickly adjusting her hands as she opens the squad car door, or the hat is missing, and as the night progresses, you will miss more signs.
So I understand the frustration that everyone has. It's on both lines. I really don't know his name. Easy to say it's for certain reasons I don't know. That's just how it is. I mean, I really don't know his name. I don't try to funny.
What does he tell you his name? You gotta call him something. Blue. No, I ain't know Blue.
I promise you, I don't know anything.
Okay. Why are you sitting way over there?
There, my friends. That's how we go.
Sir, please. Yeah, I really do. I work with your job.
That.
Really do. Make an honest living.
That.
I'll talk to you.
Now for the reinstallation. Okay, now comes the fun part. We're going to reinstall it and see how everything looks. Alrighty, let's put that aside. Brackets and put aside. See, I knew there was a catch to this stuff, but you know, the people in the videos, they don't always come forward and tell you this stuff. So you know what? Now I'm going to tell you. And I'm going to hope I get thousands and thousands and thousands of fucking hits on this shit. Because I deserve thousands and thousands and thousands of hits on this. Because I'm the one that actually did the video. And I hope the company gives me props. Because they don't even have it in their instructions that you have to do this. So you have to modify the gauge bezel. So what we're going to do first, we're going to plug this in. And hopefully, I'm going to turn it on. Let's see. And maybe it's saved. I didn't drive anywhere, so maybe it saved the mileage from yesterday when I had it in the first time. We'll see. Put the USB cord down. But I still want that upgraded picture of a Jeep Gladiator. There's that. Plug this bad boy in, see if she fucking lights up the way she's supposed to. Okay. Okay, so we have everything accurate there. Alrighty. Mileage is good. Everything's accurate. So shut it off. So everything's accurate from yesterday. I didn't have to change nothing on that. I'm going to put this crossbar in. I'm not really sure if I need to. Probably don't even need that. Nice. That'd be for Jeep Gladiator, I think. Just to sit in like this all the way. I don't even need that fucking bar. I don't think. We'll see here in a minute. Okay, putting the gauge panel back in. The new gauge panel, excuse me. I'm all thumbs, man. I hate tight spaces. Never was good at tight spaces. I'll be right back. I gotta go get my little socket wrench so I can get a good snug tighten on that. We shall return. Bear with me. Take off, man. Gotta stay out here by daddy. Okay, I'm back. I had to get my little 7mm socket so I get a good snug on it. I think that's the right size. Is it the right size? Wait a minute, I thought that was the right size. What the hell? What the hell is this thing? Okay, I'll be right back. I have a little bit of an issue here. I'm not sure what the hell this thing is. Okay, had to fix one of my boo-boos. No big deal. I just had a piece stuck into another piece that wasn't working, so it was the wrong piece in the first place. No big deal. And this thing doesn't necessarily clamp to the top, but that shouldn't be a big deal because they say I could get a long screw, starter screw, and run through the top there. I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna get a long screw so I can stick through there. I want something to go in there to hold that. Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna do a little bit extra terrestrial repair to see if I can get this thing to stay more secure. It doesn't really, it's not that great, but I've got some self-tapping button head screws that I can tap. I can tap back through the plastic in the back. And that should secure that real nice. Yeah, it's going in, I think. Yep. Perfect. See, a little button head screw for the Gladiator, that long, about 3/4 inch long, through the top will secure that top, and you'll be in good shape. It won't move. It'll go right through the back plastic there. So with that being said, now I need to grab my dash piece inside, which I will get, and we will do the test fit. It should fit perfect. Now, looky here. See how nice this looks? And nobody told us that you'd have to modify this beast to make this gauge panel work. But now that it's modified, I put it in, and it looks like I might have to move the gauge panel down just a little bit, which is no big deal. Just loosen it up. Let me see here. Let me see. Yep, I'm gonna have to lower it just a little bit. These clips fucking suck sometimes. That's alright, we'll lower it down just a little bit. It's got a little bit of play in it. Loosen that top one up so she can move a little bit. Okay, now snug them back. Let me pull this fucking extension out of here. Snug them up down a little bit. I think that's... See, sometimes you got to take your time. I get in a rush, and then I get disappointed, and I piss myself off, and I get angry at everybody. But see, I'm down here in Puerto Rico, and I want everybody to understand that this YouTube video is probably my first to help others out. I've relied on a lot of YouTube videos to get me through and help me out. So I hope this YouTube video, which will be adjustable into Spanish for those that look at it, that this YouTube video will help others out down here in Puerto Rico that want to do this modification as well. So this is the deal. There we go. Look at that. Damn. About as perfect as it's going to get. However, it could be out on the top just a little bit more. So what we're going to do, we're going to put that brace in. The top could be out more. Shit. Damn it. I'm gonna go ahead and use that brace to bring the top out. I think that top could be out more. But we're gonna put the brace in. I think that top should be out so it looks a little bit better. It should be alright. I think it should sit out. It should sit out probably about that far. And then it would sit better in the gauge panel. Gauge cluster, I should say. So let's go ahead and pop that back out. out, and then we'll put that brace in there so it brings it out just a little more. It fills up any holes, any gap up there. And again, the reason I put the cardboard up here was specifically because the sun's coming up from the east right now. Now what I do with my stubby, there it is. Sun's coming up from the east right now, and it would have made it hard to tape. It's about 7:30 in the morning, Saturday morning or Sunday morning in Arecibo, Puerto Rico, by the observatory. Okay, that's one out. Put it right there. Let's get the other one out of the way. Basically, we'll just bring this out. We'll put the bracket in there. The bracket will hold it out further, so it fills in any gap on the top, because I think the gap shouldn't be there. So we'll just lay this out here. I'll throw this on there, like that. And we will put those in. Okay, set that in there just to see where it sits at. Make sure it's centered. Okay, slide over just a little bit. Hopefully this video is not too long for everybody, but I'm going ahead and putting the bracket in anyway, just to bring that face piece out so there's no gap in the dash. Because if there's a gap in the dash, it's going to look kind of funny when you're looking from down below. And you don't want a gap in the dash. So I'm still going to use this button screw to attach to that. Because it's self-drilling, self-tapping, I should say. So I'll tap into that metal. And I'll hold it down to that really nice. Once it taps into there. It's got a big head on it, so hold that real nice to there. In actuality, it won't allow it to push back very far either. Push back too far, it'll stop. So that'll pinch that against there. Now we put the bottom ones back in. Where's my stubby screwdriver at? There we go. Call me Butterfingers. I'm gonna have to edit some of this out, I'm pretty sure. Okay, now quick test fit. And I think we're, jeez, I think we're in pretty good shape. We do need to put this filler piece in here, which is going to go right here, I believe. And that'll go in right there. That takes up for what we're missing from taking out the bottom of the gauge panel. That one fell before. Go in there to cover that, make that look a little bit better. That filler piece. So see, they didn't tell anybody but the fact you had to modify the dash for the Gladiator to get all this to work. They don't say shit, which really kind of pisses me off because it gives you the impression that this is supposed to just bolt right up, everything will be fine, wee, and they're all good. No. It doesn't just bolt right up. You got to take and modify the faceplate on the dash for it to work correctly. That's just part of the way it works. So I'm doing this video because I couldn't find another video out there that showed this, and I'm going to make this public so that everybody can see it. And I hope that all you guys, and just so you understand, there is an update that the company sent me to show a picture of the Gladiator, and I'm going to have to put that on and show that later. I don't know why I'm doing all this. I'm not a YouTuber, dude. I'm not. I got a few knickknacks here and there, but I'm not a YouTuber by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all. Now, see, this thing here is just a little weird, because it's like it should go behind that, but it's not. That's weird. It's not going in all the way. Should go all the way in there. Take this out a little bit. There we go. That's what I want to do. Clip that in there and then screw it in. You have to clip it in. There's like 2 clips in there, and then you tighten it down. Make sure those 2 clips are in the gauge panel. That completes the circle around the gauge panel. And I hope this doesn't cause the face to stick out. It isn't supposed to, but I hope it doesn't. So, here we go. The moment of truth. front on. And ta-da! Looky there, folks. Fits like a fucking champ. Boy, this company better be happy with me. Excuse my language. Because I just did what nobody else has bothered to describe to do. I made this fit because nobody else bothered to show how to make it fit on a Jeep Gladiator. My wife's gonna love me, I hope. Janet, are you gonna love me more? Probably not. She's Puerto Rican, man. She's still gonna get mad at me. But I know she's gonna like it at the end of the day, because it's gonna be all pretty and jazzy. She's gonna miss her green strips around her. That's okay. Maybe she'll find some green trim to go around the dash here for a Jeep. Let's see what we got here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bolts there. We'll go ahead and leave one off because I'm short. A couple anyway. Put that up all the way so we can not get blinded by the light. Blinded by the light. Regular flashy douche. You know the rotor in the night. Okay, then we want to bring this up and find out where its happy spot is, which is, I think, right there. And right there. And okay, what did I lose? Did I lose a clip? Yeah, I think I lost a clip. I don't know where. Oh, one fell out. That's all right. There. Okay, then we got this to go back and wait. I gotta put one in the top. Wait, I gotta put the fucking dash back. Put the dash back in. First, let's see what I got here. So I dropped one down there, so probably that's one that came off of the dash. Let me see here. Middle one, yeah, one fell from the dash. That's okay. That saves us a little bit of effort here. So let's see. Where did that one come off of? Came off right there, so we will put that one back on. Put that one right there. You little cocksucker. Little suck back, make that edit. Where did she go? Where did she go? Where she fell, nobody knows. These clips, man, for not not wanting to come off, they should come off easy. Damn. Okay, these clips suck. I hate these clips. They just really are a pain in the butt. Make sure all these clips are kind of pushed back in, or you're gonna have a hell of a time putting them in. But they're really annoying. If you lose a couple, you lose a couple. That's life. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't tighten them down yet, did I? Dumb me. Call me stupid, I didn't tighten them down. Call me stupid, I didn't tighten them down. You know, and I was gonna go to the Chrysler dealer and play with their stupid warranty. I'm glad I didn't fuck with it, man. It ain't worth it to me to leave my car there for a freaking year. All these negligent dash crap. Okay, we got two in the bottom of the radio. That, let's see, I gotta put the radio bezel on. That would be this bad boy right here. That on. I got two screws to go on the bottom of it. Almost done in the moment of truth. Yada yada yada. You know, the nice thing about these two, I just put 488 gears in this Revolution, I think Evolution or Revolution gear. I want to thank Mike up there at Evolution Gear, because they sent me the wrong ones from another place. I won't name the place. It was just a big mix-up, not a big deal. But he made sure to get me the right ones down, and my engineer up here in Lares, Puerto Rico, put them in. We broke them in. Damn, it makes all the difference in this sport, going from 373s to 488s with 35-inch tires. Okay, now I'm gonna put the gauge, put the controller back in. Okay, that's back in. Before we put a bottom one back in, let's see. I don't know if you can see that. See, look at that. All the difference in the world. From that to that. Now, with that being said, I ran my USB down here. I'm going to tie it up and put it behind this panel so I can get to it easily. Let's see if we can recalibrate everything. So it's okay to hold, recalibrate. Road. There's the highway. Recalibrate. Let's see what we got here. Let's play around. Settings. Settings. Overspeed. Yeah, let's set the overspeed to 75. Dash settings. Let's see. Ooh, look at that. Gold, white, silver, gold, black. I don't know. Everybody tell me in the comments what you like. I kind of like that. That's pretty sweet right there. There's silver. There's gold trim. Black. That might be a little bright at night. We'll stay with that for right now. Brightness. Brightness of night. Language English. Car information. 4-door car type. I guess it's a Rubicon for right now. Transmission automatic. Automatic, 5th gear. I don't know about that. Driver's seat left. Tire size. 32-inch. I'm not sure about the tire size. Car setting. Somebody's gonna have to tell me about the tire size, because I hope that doesn't fuck up my taser that I got in here, my mini taser. That's already preset. Unlock tire department when the key is unlocked. Open the main drive, first door. Yeah, just one. Flashing. Turn light flashing when unlocking or locking a car. There's the sand mode, mud mode, snow mode for when we get to Tennessee, and rock mode, and road mode. And right now that concludes it. I have to do a little research on tire setting to see if it's going to affect my taser any.